Good morning. Good morning to the Iowan in the house. April K. How's it going out there? This is a last minute impromptu. I had some time and wanted to just, it's going to be busy, um, holidays, etc. How is Iowa? What's going on there? Anything? Anything? Um, Hi. So I just wanted to come on, say hello. I know that I've been reviewing just some crap. I mean, I'm in the midst of doing studying and shit like that with my life. But I've been going through some things in my mind. Um, and wanted to just chat through a few things. So first of all, is that everybody is waiting on the Mr. Allen's Richard Allen's appeal brief to be filed. Oh God, are you having sinus issues? Ugh, swear to God. Yes, they are totally. Um, uh, 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 yeah, it's rough. Um, So I was just going through a few things. Like my routine is that I study, do some work, and then I listen to all of my faves at night, podcasts or whatever. And I've been obviously following the ongoing nightmare of hidden true crime. Um, and the fact that there's so many people that are doing content out there and doing some great work trying to stay focused on the fact that it's not drama and it's freaking cold and boring. So yeah, Iowa. That's their state motto. That's our state motto. Iowa. Freaking cold and boring. Right. Um so anyway, so I've been following this obviously. And I think people who have watched me for a while know this, that I only dip my toe into this arena because Lauren actually DM'd me out of nowhere. And I thought that was weird as hell. And I didn't appreciate it because it was right after all the documents dropped. It was, I don't know if I still have it. I could potentially find it here in a minute. But anyway, the long story short is that she contacted me. Um, and otherwise, I don't know this lady's life. I don't care. I really don't. But when I realized that she was out there doing damage control for something she was wholly responsible for, here it is. Let me see if I can put this on the screen. Yeah. So I wasn't following them, and I don't know if the date's on here. It doesn't fucking matter. Who cares, right? So she essentially, and for people that let me move for people that aren't sitting here staring at this, it says, "Hey Andy," and this is from Lauren or Grayson, whoever runs her account, right? "Hey Andy, I'm wondering if you would be willing to help protect my minor son. I realize you're simply sharing exhibits that are being shared with you or others, but I'm wondering if you could be willing to help hide my son's name. I can give you this instead." And what this was when that incredibly self-serving, malicious lawsuit that they filed against Christina, and everything that's come out afterwards, and the lies and the abuse, in my opinion, of witnesses' good faith, and I'm sorry, victims' good faith, and the abuse of victims. I was like, lady, get the fuck out of here. And that's exactly what I fucking did. Because I'm like, bitch, no. Not today, Satan. And so I replied to her and I'm like, no, not doing this shit. Go take care of your business. Take care of your fucking child yourself. Anyway, it's somewhere in the background. It's somewhere in my fucking playlist. It's going to get real sweary here in a minute. So the only reason I stepped into this is because that lady calls herself a goddamn journalist. And she's not. She's simply not. She was a goddamn talking head on a news site. Period. And you know what? There's a place for that. But don't come creeping in here saying that you're a journalist that's, that you're maintaining real news integrity. Get the fuck out. Get behind the Satan. So, months ago, I was onto their bullshit over Delphi because I'm like, no, we're not going to have this guy, Dr. Whoozy Fucks, out here diagnosing Mr. Allen predicated on absolute bullshit. And so I was onto their shit and just was gross. So when I got this DM, I was surprised. However, what I can tell you now, right, but she's like the real news. Really? And so anyway, as is my custom, so going through the history of all of this shit and people that are coming forward, and I have appreciated the work that people like Jay, Every Day with Jay, who's funny and snarky, but really kind of gets down to the nitty gritty of it. Even Jolene, I can't remember her last name, but she's hilarious and spot on and is a Midwesterner. So she's got radar for this bullshit. Go Vikings. Skol. And I've really been enjoying looking at Hella and Dolly's content. So and I've been supportive of their work and I will continue to be supportive of their work. But last night, I think yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just like, look, I'm going to blame the fucking sinuses. How about that? I'll blame the sinuses. Anyway, so I think last night they got, and I think they know they got. And I was watching it. I dipped in, and then I was like, oh, what? Huh? So Ashley says, I'm with you. I didn't get into this mess until I heard about her 9-hour live. I didn't even know about her 9-hour live. Like it's funny, and my cranks will appreciate this. I got the info from fucking Osbrook. He's like, are you doing a 9-hour live today? I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? So I had no idea. I don't follow those people. After they did that horrific disservice to Mr. Allen, with their coverage. But so when I say got, I think last night, what became apparent when I was watching Hella's stream, that she had on a crisis PR person, or whatever the case may be. I was cautiously optimistic, and I'm looking forward to, and will remember, hopefully, to put her link in the chat or in my description, because they're having a sort of like, holy shit, man, that was crazy. Am I right? Stream. So let me see if I can actually, I just want to, because I do. And I really appreciated the filing FOIAs, staying on top of stuff. It's important, and they've been doing that, and a lot of people don't do that and don't do the vetting that they should. So I was watching this last night. Let me see if I can add this to the stage. So anyway, I've been watching all this rollout. I think that, my, you know, I've got plenty of opinions, and I think they're a mess, and I think that Lauren is a mess and surrounds herself with messy people and looks for scapegoats and is a shapeshifter. And I think Grayson and Dr. John are all in it together, and I don't have any grace for them. And so when I was watching Hell is Alive last night, I'm like, okay, things started out good. Okay. So this person saw somebody melt down. Great. Whatever. I mean, right? Let me remove this and add this. So this was from last night. And they have a stream tonight, which I am going to join. But I thought, and I left this morning, and I actually tried to reach out to Dolly. And I appreciate. So do people know what I'm talking about with this live stream? And oh, we have an ex-gem. Okay, mom jeans. As an ex-gem, I can say HTC have over the 6 years themselves shared their son's name. Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah, agreed. Brief filed, not available to click yet, but on the docket. I did see that. Good morning. Good morning. So anyway, catching you up to speed, all eyes, is that, I love me some Dolly and Hella. All right. I do. Yeah. And by the end of the stream, I was like, ew, this lady misrepresented herself. And the thing that I appreciate about what Helen and Dolly are doing is that they're doing background work. Now, everybody can get got in this business, right? So when I say this business, I mean reporting or content creating or whatever. We vet our sources. I would have done things differently, but that's because I'm an old bat out here living in the world that's very used to doing things a very certain way. What a time to be alive. Oh, and everybody follow Critical True Crime, because we've been trying to follow on the Sarah Grace. God damn it. I'm going to blame it on my head. Patrick case. So been following her. So the panel last night, it was a woman who represented herself as a crisis PR manager, and who had seen firsthand some sort of meltdown from hidden true crime. It's like, well, of course you did. Everybody does, right? So, but this was at some sort of trial. I don't know all of it because I had to turn it off last night because I was so angry, and I found myself screaming in the chat. It was super weird, and my take is that I'm going to play a little bit of it. But this person who they've given anonymity to, which I personally would not have, but again, that's me as the way that I operate, and it's fine. They can afford that anonymity, but for me, anonymity, you got to have a real reason, and I don't know what the situation was, but what I want to point to before I play this is that Helen and Dolly are not stupid. So they know, and I did leave them a comment this morning just saying, for what it's worth, I think you both did a good job of trying to hold this person's feet to the fire. My observation was that it slowly began to dawn on you both, like, say what now? When someone misrepresents themselves, which I think she did from some of Hella's comments below, talking about the guest, especially for vetting purposes and cross-checking bona fides, they need to be pushed and questions around the edges. This woman, in my opinion, is already working for HTC Redemption Tour. Look forward to chatting about this tonight because they've scheduled a follow-up. And this is what I appreciate too, is that some creators out there would not take feedback, right? And Hella is, and this is the appropriate thing to do. And she pinned this. She said, "Hey guys, I hear your comments. I will be addressing them in the next live." So that's tonight, and I encourage people to join them. But I want people to understand that you can be taken for a ride, right? And I think that this, and I mean, I guess I'll go back and watch it, but it makes me want to peel all my skin off because this woman is so clearly running the apology tour. And I firmly think that she is working, and this is my opinion, I don't give a shit, old bag in the world, just out here. But my opinion is that she's already working, and that, you know, in the upfront of this, Hella explains that this woman, so here's some signs. The woman reached out to her. So this person actively sought out, and the reason I find this interesting is because this is a pattern with the people who are in the hidden true crime did nothing wrong by absolutely making money off the backs of victims, shit talking them, and then everything that they've done legally, through the copyright board, everybody that's on the apology tour always does these weird reach outs. So this is my first, you know, foray into this, is like I said, Lauren contacted me out of the goddamn blue. I didn't see it for a few days because I do not follow them, right? So this is a pattern. Number one, reach out to do damage control, right? I don't know if she was appealing to, oh, this lady says she's a reporter and I'm a real news reporter too. She doesn't know me. So, you know, then I thought it was interesting. It could have been, I mean, for sure. But I responded and it was weird. And it's like, ma'am, don't use my name. Don't give me an assignment when you come into my DMs. So, but then, so last night I was like, I haven't shared this yet anywhere because I didn't think it was really important. But now that I see the way that this sort of redemption tour is unfolding, I think it's time to share with you that Joe Schmo reached out to me. I don't know this guy. I never followed him. I don't care. Lo and behold, this dude reaches out to me again in a DM. And I'm like, sir? So let me see if I can't find that mother scratcher and bring that up. Oh, does everybody want to see my grandpuppy? Let's just do a grandpuppy. Eggs. So eggs. There he is. Anyway, so let's see, the Joe Schmo. And the reason this ties back into the person who represented themselves as a PR person, right? And I just want to play a tiny bit of it. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm blaming the sinus infection. So, you hear it?
A lot of people have looked at what Grayson's done, especially some of the things like saying,
oh, terrific.
that like, well, you should call Colette because Colette's got a lot to lose and she'd be more likely to be scared.
Oh,
Watch carefully.
sorry. I need that extension anyway.
Yeah, no, that stuff is terrific.
Yeah.
But I also think she's doing a lot of that to please Laura and
Nope. Mm-mm. Apology tour, right?
with whatever attachment thing she's got going on.
Nope. Mm-mm. And you can see Hella, and you can see Dolly, and you can see Babu in the background saying, you know what, you guys?
Yeah. And I like, she was the one who called the cops.
Yes, Hella. Yes, queen. Yes, girl. And see, this is what you need to do, because I fully believe that this person misrepresented herself, and that there is some sort of weird, I don't know Hella's vetting process, but I think that she was targeted by whatever is going on with the machinery. Now, listen, here's the thing. This isn't nuts to say this, right? Because we know by what Lauren does and what she has shown herself to do is young Black economist. So what her, it's not a conspiracy theory, right? Because we have seen the network of people that do the heavy lifting for the John and Lauren of it all. And I think that they reached out to Hella because they knew Hella was doing some work, right? They knew that she was onto something and that she was actually putting in the work behind the scenes to do the FOIAs and everything like that. So the first red flag for me, just as, again, I'm an old bag in the world. This was my job for years to, ferret out people, etc. So the first red flag for me was when Hella said this woman reached out to her, and I was like, oh, you didn't source this person. Because I'm thinking PR person, expert, I would source a person now if it were me, but that's me again. And look, this is absolutely not shade on these two, because I'm enjoying what they're doing, because I think they're doing the Lord's work. And I do look forward to their live tonight. But because I think that it seems that in one of Hella's comments, or a response to a comment, is that she said that her pre-interview, and that's another thing that happens, right, is you do a pre-interview of whoever you're bringing on. So that's great. Due diligence. Love to see it. So Hella made a comment in response to somebody commenting on her page that what she was told in the pre-interview was real different than what happened on stage. So I'm very interested in that. Now, I don't think that this woman, whoever this person is, should be, pantsed or doxxed or any of that shit. I really don't. I think that the thing that people can take away from this is that, wow, holy, what the hell is going on? What actually happened? What are they actually hiding? And to me, that's the issue, right? What is actually going on? This isn't drama. This is a man who is a licensed mental health care provider, and a woman who purports to be a journalist, who have now not only been called out by Kresha and Kay Woodcock, but also by Colby Ryan. And I appreciate him coming out and saying the things that he said about, this is bullshit, y'all. They went way too fucking far. So bringing it back around, this is how I would have sourced I think it's a great idea. And maybe that's something I don't have any time. What am I talking about? I was like, I'm going to source a PR person, talk to him. No. I think that people are generally aware enough to know that yeah, the same, right? Yeah, and the thing is that again, I think that, and I mentioned this before, is that I really think that she was like, but come again about fucking Grayson? How are you making excuses for her? And then when it got to the Joe Schmo, so again, right? This seems to be how they operate. This seems to be how they operate. Lauren coming into my DMs when everything dropped. Hey, blurgity blurgity blurg. No. Right? Then this was just, let me see. And again, I'm not sharing shit just to share shit. I'm sharing it to show a pattern. And what this was like, Joe Schmo, I don't know you, sir. What? So this happened. He was responding to some, I don't know. I made like some, he's replying to a comment or something I said about journalists, right? And let's see what date. I can't make it out. November or December 1st, maybe? Okay. Let me take those off for a minute. God, I'm such a bitch. Anyway, he slides into my DMs and he says, and again, I didn't follow him. So it didn't show up. Anyway, so I'm not on any of those front lines. Oh, it was me taking the piss out of people calling themselves journalists when I have, anyway, whatever. I got on my high horse about journalists. Anyway, so this is what he said. And now it makes sense. So it's clicking. I'm like, oh, they reach out. So he said to me, so I'm not one of those on the front lines, but I'm trying to make a difference in finding justice for victims. Bullshit, sir. No. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Doesn't make me a journalist or a reporter, just establishes my mission statement. No, that's not what that is. No. I can relate to your decision to delete your TB post. No, exactly, maybe not exactly apples to apples, but I can relate. What the fuck are you talking about? Sir, you will find no quarter in my fucking DMs. So I responded, please don't slide into my DMs. Don't ask me about journalism. You're supporting and apparently continue to support HTC, which is reprehensible. So no thanks to whatever it is you're trying to do here. No. Also, what do these people think? There's this woman, and I don't know what her name is, and I apologize, but she just did an entire takedown of Grayson sliding into her instant messages saying, hey, this is off the record. No. Right? And went on to painstakingly explain to Grayson, no, this isn't off the record, ma'am. That's not how this works. So this is why people need to understand that when you approach a journalist when you approach a journalist, you need to assume that if you are going to be a part of a story or are a part of the story, right? Or whatever, you need to assume that it is on the record, because being off the record or on background or deep background, yes, thank you. Yes, on deep background, that is like a contract. And contracts, I can tell you after passing my contract law exams, are not complete until that arrangement is agreed. Oh, brief is here. Okay, well, we got to go. Wait, is it here on? Like somebody's gonna Sleuthy, say more. Okay, who's got it? Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's going live? Sleuthy, Sleutherson. Oh, okay. All right. So that means I gotta go, right? Who's going live? Damn it. Who are we following? Who we going to? Oh my God. Wait. Oh, wait. The actual girl. Okay, so case by who's going live? You guys, this is all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Okay. All right. Okay. Bless the goose. Thank you for dipping into all right. Still have to attach exhibits. Sleutherson. God damn it. You are out there doing the Lord's work. Okay. Everybody, go find your appropriate places to watch. Everybody, smell you charts later. And thank you, Sleutherson. Yeah. So anyway, whoa, here it is. All right, everybody, I respectfully request that you go